Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsanin ila yawmiddin amma ba'd. Fa'uzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullaha haqqa tuqatihi wa la tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. So now, after Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu became the Khalifa, we have to cover some important things that happened in his Khilafah, some important functions of the Khilafah that Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu performed. Of them, first of all, is establishing the prayer. So Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu had to establish the prayers, and it is the duty of the Muslims to establish the prayer, and the leader of the Muslims is responsible for that. And the next thing is overseeing the Muslim army, that setting army battalions and taking a record of what the army is doing at the different fronts of the Islamic nation. And then looking at the governance of the different provinces, different states in the country, and seeing if they are fulfilling the duties obliged by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon them. Then taking pledges, taking bay'ah, taking promises, oaths from the people of different tribes, the leaders of different tribes, and making them accept that he is the Khalifa. They have to accept that Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu is the Khalifa of the Muslims. And then taking charge of the Baytul Mal of the Muslims, okay, and collecting the zakats from the different tribes and people. Then establishing justice, peace amongst the people. And then educating the people and appointing teachers of the Quran and the Sunnah in different places. All of these were done as soon as Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu became the Khalifa. And these are the primary responsibilities of the Khalifa of the Muslims. Now, these are the following states in our context, in the context of India, or in those days, the provinces. Okay, in Khilafah, these sub-units in a country, the smaller units are called provinces. Okay, in some countries they are called states. Number one, Medina. Okay, Medina, where Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu lived. Then Makkah. Makkah was another province. It was governed by Uttab bin Usaid radiallahu anhu, who was actually appointed by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it continued with Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu. Then At-Taif. Taif. There Uthman bin Abil As was appointed. He was appointed by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and continued in that position by Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Then As-Sana. As-Sana is a place in modern day Yemen. Okay, and Al-Muhajir ibn Abu Umayyah was made its governor. Fine, he was made after some time, not immediately. Hadramaut. Hadramaut is another place in Yemen. Its governor was Ziyad bin Labid. Then the provinces of Zabid and Raqqa. These two provinces, these were governed single-handedly by Abu Musa al-Ashari radiallahu anhu. Khawlan, the governor of Khawlan was Ya'la bin Abi Umayyah. Al-Jund, its governor was Mu'adh bin Jabal. Jund is also a place in Yemen. Najran. Najran is also a place close to the Yemen border today. There the governor was Jarir bin Abdullah. Jursh, its governor was Abdullah ibn Nur. Bahrain, its governor was Al-Ala bin Al-Hadrami. This Bahrain is not the modern day country of Bahrain. Okay, this Bahrain is a place in Iraq. This Bahrain which I am speaking now is a place in Iraq which is enveloped by two rivers. That it is covered by two rivers on its side. That's why it's called Bahrain, two Bahars. This is not the modern day Bahrain. Okay, sorry. The place which I said between the two rivers, that is Jazeera in Iraq. This Bahrain, which I am mentioning here, that is an error on my part to say that it's in Iraq. This Bahrain that I am mentioning here, it is the modern day area of UAE, Qatar, Muscat, the eastern side of the Arabian Peninsula, the eastern end, the eastern tip. Today it has the UAE, it has Muscat, that is almost the last 25% of Oman, the eastern part of Oman, okay, and then the area all up to Qatar. This coastal region was called Bahrain, the place with two bahars, two seas, okay, not two rivers, two bahars. That is, one was the Arabian Sea, and then was the Indian Ocean below that. So that whole place was called Bahrain. Then in modern times, only that small island nation was called Bahrain. The other place which I said in Iraq, which is between two rivers, that is called Jazeera, and we'll see that also in the future, inshallah. Iraq and Sham. So Iraq and Sham do not have governors, but there are military commanders there, and they were acting as the governors as well. Amman is a place in modern day Jordan. The governor there was Hudayfa bin Mihsan. Al-Yamama, its governor was Sulayt ibn Qais. So all of this information was taken from Sheikh Ali As-Salabi's book, page number 299. So these were some of the provinces and some of the governors in that time. An issue which is usually brought up by the Shia is that Ali radiallahu anhu and Zubayr radiallahu anhu, they were not happy with Abu Bakr's Khilafah, and they did not do bay'ah with Abu Bakr. And then they say, some of them say that Abu Bakr Siddiq forced them to take the bay'ah. That is not true. There are authentic narrations from the life of Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu and in Bukhari that as soon as Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu became the Khalifa, Ali radiallahu anhu and Zubayr radiallahu anhu, they took the bay'ah for Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu, and they were not opposed to Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu. They just felt a little bit dejected. They felt a little bit sad that Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu did not ask them before making the Khilafah. That is, before selecting the Khalifa, Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu did not ask them, because they felt that they are also from the close companions of the Prophet, and Ali radiallahu anhu is also from the Ahlul Bayt, the people of the household. He is the son-in-law of the Prophet. So these people should have consulted them, but because of the urgency of the matter, because it was urgent, they had to select the Khalifa, otherwise there would have been a lot of ikhtilaf, lot of differences. Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu, he selected them. Okay, but immediately, some days, maybe hardly 1 or 2 days later, or maybe on the same day, according to what we can understand from the text of the hadith, Ali and Zubair radiallahu anhu, they did bay'ah to Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu, and this narration is authentic. Okay, it is there in Al-Bidayah wa Nihaya of Ibn Kathir, and Ibn Kathir said the hadith is authentic. And those who check the hadith, like in the book Sahih al-Tawsiq fi Seerah wa Hayat as-Siddiq, even there it is mentioned that this narration is authentic. Then again, after 6 months, after Fatima radiallahu anha passed away, again Ali radiallahu anhu, he went and he renewed his bay'ah with Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu. So we should not be deluded by the doubts presented by the Shia. The authentic thing is that Ali radiallahu anhu, he did the bay'ah, he agreed that Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu was the Khalifa. Okay, and if Abu Ali radiallahu anhu had any other differences with Abu Bakr Siddiq, he would have mentioned it to him, to his family, okay, or to his wife. His wife was alive for 6 months after the Prophet ﷺ died, or he would have mentioned it to the other Sahaba, but we do not have anything authentically reported like this. Okay, so we'll end it here, inshallah, for today. In the next class, we will speak in detail about the story of how Ali and Zubayr gave bay'ah to Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu. Subhanakallahumma bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.